Parang agimat, ano?
Agimat na yan. Parang pagkahawak mo na yun, talagang wala nang
Power talaga.
Oo, wala nang walang galit ng boss ko ang makaka-apekto sa akin. Parang
Kaya kahit natutulog kayo, wag niyong hubarin po.
correct. Okay. Let's move on to our 30-year service awardees. So we will look
Meron
back.
tayong video.
Yes, syempre may flashback na naman tayo to the year 1976.
76.
Pero bago yan, magsipila na po ang ating
Yes,
mga...
can we ask the 30-year service
Huwag
awardees
na tayong
to
in
please
denial.
assemble
Assemble to the right
stage.
portion of the stage. At
And so while they are assembling, are we ready with the 30-year video?
sige, para tayo ay mag-flashback ng sandali. Ito, medyo recall ko na itong mga 1976. Recall ko na to.
76. Okay.
Okay, let's watch the video.
Sa isang garahe in 76 sa state of California, ang Apple II ay dinesign at ginawa. It's the world's first personal computer lang naman. The supersonic airliner Concorde entered transatlantic service. At twice the speed of sound, ito talaga ay sobrang bilis.
It was the time of obsession sa mga pinaka. Imagine, may $6 million man na, may bionic woman pa.
The early 70s had Meralco facing its worst crisis of the time. But we recovered just the same.
By 76, company debts were repaid at ang taxes ay napababa. Pati international financial market, aba, napa-thumbs up sila.
Eto na po sila at ating ipapakilala ang ating mga awardees, mga anak ng pinaka.
Nako, salamat naman at iniwan na nila. Sa bahay ang kanilang mga bell-bottoms na lonta. Pero wag ka, baka sa ilalim ng barong, meron diyang naka-double knit.
O siya, pagbigyan na ang batch of 76.
Okay, to present our 30-year service awardees, may we call on stage the head of Customer Retail Services, Mr. Roberto Almazora.
It's with pride that I present the employees with 30 years of service, all 72 of them. For the sake of time, I've been limiting my write-up of each one of them to 5 minutes each only. Mr. Rafael B. Agra, known as Rafi, from HR Administration. Mr. Antonio V. Anorico, known as Tony, from Accounts Payable. Mr. Rodolfo L. Arambulo, Rudy for short. His friends call him Arambuho, from Metropolis Extension Office. Mr. Manuel M. Arco, Money from Insurance. Mr. Rafaelito G. Aviles, Tolitz for short, hails from Central O&M Telecoms. Etong susunod, kilala niyo lahat, Mr. Roy A. Bautista, known as Roy from Rizal. Next is Mr. Aristides B. Boral, known as Teddy, from DMSAA. Mr. Benjamin Cabiades Jr., Ben hails from Central O&M. at Telecommunications. Mr. Antonio C. Castor. Tony comes from Power Accounts. Mr. Edmundo Cerdeña. Edmund hails from Calamba branch, our presidential awardee for this year. Mahuhulaan nyo na yung bansag niya, hindi ko na sasabihin. Mr. Rogelio P. Servitilio. Roger hails from Appraisal and Depreciation in Accounting. Mr. Ruben G. Chua, known as Ben Chu. His friends call him Chekwa. He comes from Las Piñas branch. The next one is our barangay chairman from Barangay Meralco, Mr. Francisco D. Collantes, affectionately called Frank, from Power Accounts. Mr. Lorenzo C. Cruz. Larry hails from Santa Rosa Design. Rolando C. Quico. Rolly hails from Testing. Mr. Leopoldo A. Culili. Rico also hails from Electrical Testing. Mr. Efren M. Dalusong. Efren comes from Dasmariñas sector. Mr. Dionisio S. Del Mundo. Johnny hails from Mandaluyong branch. Ang hobby daw nito, mangolekta ng bakal. Mr. Ramon A. Espiritu. Monching hails from PSP, Central Operation and Maintenance.
It's not unusual to be loved by
Mr. Jaime T. Fajardo.
It's not unusual to
Jimmy is from Manila Sector, Construction and Maintenance Foreman. Mr. Josefino G. Gabriel. Joel also comes from the sector, Rizal sector this time, Operations Team, Foreman. Mr. Arturo M. Garcia. Atoy comes from Electrical Testing.
It's not unusual, it happens every day.
Mr. Cesar J. Garcia. Cesar hails from Alabang Sector, Operations Team 3. Mr. Petro Nilo M. Garcia. Nilo hails from Fixed Assets, Accounting. Mr. Andres P. Guillermo. Andy comes from Valenzuela Sector, Logistics. Mr. Senon A. Hermeno. Noni comes from Substation Process Team. Malakas tumakbo to. Mr. Ruben M. Hipolito. Ben hails from Substation, South Operations and Maintenance. The next person needs no introduction. Mr. Ernesto D. Iglesia, otherwise better known as Jack, from Rizal Sector. Mr. Alexander S. Jimenez. Alex hails from Pasig Branch. Known to his close friends as Valentino. Enrique E. Katipunan. Eric is our special eyewitness for all ERC hearings. He hails from Power Accounts, Power Billing. Ikaw pala to. Si Herundina B. Lumotang. We know her as Gina from Media Relations, Corporate Communications. Mr. Bigido L. Mabini. Boy hails from Lucena Branch. Office Team Leader. Mr. Edelberto S. Maglilong. Ed hails from Pasig Sector Logistics. Mr. Benedicto S. Magno. Benny comes from Santa Rosa Sector Operations Team. Mr. Hermenegilio Mallorca, otherwise known as Boy for short, also from Pasig Sector Logistics. Mr. Wilfredo M. Malvesino. Fred is with Line Materials. Mr. Leo L. Mangusad. Leo hails from Electrical Testing. Mr. Oscar Maravilla from Santa Rosa Sector Operations. Mr. Triple M Mario M. Marquez. Mario heads DMS-AA. Mr. Roberto Masiglat Jr., the better Masiglat, according to him, from Pasig Sector Design. Mr. Cesar S. Miranda. Cesar hails from Electrical Testing. Mr. Manuel B. Morales. Kalaban ni Po kanina from Santa Rosa Design. Mr. Amante C. Mosong. Mante hails from Alabang Sector Operations Team. Mr. Romeo L. Parco. Romy is from Pasig Sector Logistics. Mr. Samuel G. Paringit. Sammy comes from Accounts Payable. Mr. Roland M. Ramos. Rolly comes from Santa Rosa Sector Operation. The ever helpful Mr. Noel R. Remo. Noel comes from Santa Rosa Sector Logistics. Mr. Teodorico P. Rivera. Jody comes from Pasig Sector Logistics. Mr. Jose J. Rondilla. Joey comes from Subtransmission Lines, North O&M. Mr. Lorenzo A. Rojas. Lawrence is from Valenzuela Sector Logistics. Mr. Eduardo M. Roy. Ed hails from Makati Branch. Mr. Efren A. Salipande. Efren hails from PSP South O&M. Mr. Ricardo S. San Diego. Ricky comes from Valenzuela Sector. Mr. Cecilio P. San Miguel. Ging hails from Manila Distribution Metering Services. I know he's not here, but I'd just like to mention that one of our 30-year award service awardees is Mr. Ruben Sapitiola, who could not join us tonight. Next is Mr. Antonio L. Sarmiento. Tony hails from Alabang Sector Operations Team. Mr. Isagani C. Sayas. Gani hails from Manila Sector Operations. Ito, magaling kumanta at sumayaw. Mr. Edelfo C. Sebastian. Adele hails from Network Process Operations. Mr. Rodolfo C. Sierra. Rudy hails from Investigation. Mr. Edmundo R. Silverio. FPJ or Edmund hails from Procurement. Ganda misis niyan. Mr. Laurentino N. Sulit. Oying hails from Cainta Branch. Mr. Alberto R. Tagalog. Albert hails from Pasig Sector, Construction and Maintenance. Mr. Hill R. Udarbe, now with Vendor Development. Last but not least, Mr. Ricardo B. Vito. Ricky hails from Manila Sector Operations.
Thank you. Congratulations to our 30-year service award.